So I think what I'm going to do here with all this mess, my first impression is clear it all off and just find something that grows later in the season. But that being said, I may just cut it back. You know how sometimes you break a plant or you prune a plant and it gets bushier? That is called breaking apical dominance. And there's a hormone, a molecule in a plant when it tells it to go into reproductive mode. When that hormone is starting to be produced, what happens is, well, the plant shoots all its energy right up to the top to produce these flowers. Well, sometimes you can stop that. If you trim them or cut them, you can stop that. The phloragen is the molecule responsible for producing, it's a protein actually. It's encoded on the FT gene and acts primarily as a systematic flowering reproduction type of deal. And a lot of times if you cut the top off of a plant, as long as there's still some roots in the ground, it's going to try to go back into reproductive mode. People don't realize plants are just like us. It's about sex. It's about reproduction. So when they get old enough, that hormone starts producing just like a teenager, and we want to start procreating. And that's why you get the beautiful flowers that you get. So what I'm going to do with this debacle, I may or may not just try to cut everything back that still has roots in the ground and hope for the best. But I may get in here and be all OCD and just tear it all out and put some maybe fall mums or something in there. I don't know yet. But look at this mess on a happy note. I always try to look for a happy note. Is I noticed canna lilies are blooming. And I was actually going to go foraging for purslane in the woods later, and while I'm walking for dinner tonight, and guess what I see growing out of this pot? Randomly, purslane, there you go. So, you know, you got to look at the positive side. And I will get this done, and we'll see what happens. And then, as always, Amy, say hi. Everybody always likes to see you out here helping. Amy, say hi. Amy said, I don't care. I want to know what happened out here. Let me step out of the greenhouse here and show you what I decided to do. I got the mess cleaned up. I'm partially cleaned up anyway. But over here, do you remember the mess I had? I decided not to replant anything for fall. I just moved some plants around to try to make it look decorative. I figured this late in the season, I have so much garden out back to take care of. I'm not going to try to start a new project up here. I just moved some plants around. And there you go. And as always, you all know from watching my other videos, I always use grass as a mulch, as a barrier that will break down during the winter and provide all types of nutrients. During the summer, it holds in moisture, that type of thing. So I try to do as natural as possible. But there you go. That's what I decided to do.